Americans are doom spending. Warren Buffett's cash pile grows in the fastest drive-through lanes in 2024. Today, I read an interesting article on CNN Business written by Erica Tulfo titled, "Americans are feeling anxious, so they're doom spending." The author of this article referenced a woman who was feeling anxious about the presidential election, so she went shopping to ease her stress. The author said this woman is among the increasing number of consumers who cope with feelings of anxiety by doom spending. This is the practice of spending money to soothe fears about broader issues like politics or the economy. Here are my thoughts. I hate to hear about this. I'm sure some of the people who are doing this can't afford to be spending this money. Some people are probably going into credit card debt to fund this doom spending. In our current interest rate environment, this can be very dangerous. I'm not sure why people can't do something different to soothe fears about issues in life. For example, people could go for a walk or visit a park, or people could go through their closet or attic and sort through things they bought years ago that they haven't used. I'm sure there is something they just had to have at one point in life that hasn't been utilized in years. People could play a board game with friends or call someone they haven't talked to in a while. I just think spending money to feel better could be counterproductive in many cases. A lot of junk that people buy is basically worthless on the secondary market. Getting back to the article, the author referenced an Axios Vibes survey in June conducted by the Harris Poll, which revealed Gen Z and millennial consumers are more likely to say it is better to treat themselves now rather than hold off for a future that feels like it could change at any moment. Here are my thoughts. There is an acronym that has become popular recently, which sums this up. It is called YOLO. This stands for You Only Live Once. I understand the logic behind this. People say you might get hit by a car tomorrow and you didn't live life to the fullest before you died. Therefore, you might as well spend money now. Here's my counter argument. You might live until you are 97 like a friend of mine, but you may have to stop working in your early 60s because of physical limitations. You will want to have enough money to survive into old age so that you don't have to live on the sidewalk in a tent. Understand, I'm not being dramatic about this. Social Security cost of living adjustments recently haven't kept pace with the true inflation in America. Just ask any retired person, and he or she will likely cite multiple examples of goods and services that have gone up in price far faster than the government inflation figures. Now, I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "No doom spending for me. I haven't bought anything on Amazon recently. I am starting to hoard cash because I want to be ready if things take a turn, which is possible. I am limiting my spending as much as possible." The next commenter said, "This is simply another excuse by the spending generations, Millennials and Generation Z, to continue to spend as if their life depends on it. It started immediately after the pandemic was over and hasn't stopped since." As of the second quarter of 2024, the total credit card debt in the United States is $1.142 trillion, which is the highest balance since the Federal Reserve Bank of New York began tracking it in 1999. In my opinion, these two generations are a contributing factor to our soaring costs and inflation. Remember, supply and demand from Econ 101. They'll be spending themselves into bankruptcy at this pace. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "We're doing the opposite, only purchasing the absolute necessities, planning to do so for at least the next 50 months. No credit card use, no new vehicles, no luxury items, eating at home, no travel other than within our area. Why? We're going to need the money when the recession/depression comes. Because under a full Republican government, it always does. Research it. Then save, save, save." Well, my friends, these commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I saw another interesting article today. This one was about Warren Buffett's cash pile. This was on Yahoo Finance, put out by The Motley Fool, and written by Johnny Rice, titled, Warren Buffett's War Chest Swells to a Record $325 billion after dumping more of two key positions. What is the billionaire legend planning? According to the author, Berkshire Hathaway continues to offload millions of shares from a few key holdings. The company now sits on the largest reserve of cash and equivalents in its history, a war chest of more than $325 billion. Well, my friends, this is quite interesting. While everyone else is piling into the market after Trump winning the election, Warren Buffett appears to remain more cautious. I think a lot of people are reflecting on what happened after Trump won last time when the market shot up like a rocket ship. Could this happen again with pro-business decisions in the White House? Sure it could. Could the opposite happen? That's always a possibility too. There are never guarantees. I'm sure overexuberant investors, some of whom are using margin, are probably not prepared for a correction or a crash. Understand, I'm not predicting either. I'm just saying they are probably not prepared, especially those who are all in. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. This next article might interest some of you. I read this on ZeroHedge.com, written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at Zero Hedge, titled, Which is the Fastest U.S. Fast Food Chain by Drive-Thru Time? The author of this article referenced the annual InTouch Insight Drive-Thru study from 2024, which revealed the total drive-thru time at Taco Bell was 4 minutes and 16 seconds, but the order accuracy was only 85%. Taco Bell was the fastest. Second on the list was KFC at 4 minutes and 19 seconds, but their order accuracy was higher at 89%. Third on the list was Arby's at 4 minutes and 43 seconds, with an 89% order accuracy. Fourth on the list was Dunkin' at 4 minutes and 47 seconds, with an 87% order accuracy. Wendy's was fifth on the list at 5 minutes and 2 seconds, with an 87% order accuracy. What surprised me was McDonald's was way down at ninth on the list, but they were tied with Chick-fil-A as having the highest order accuracy at 93%. Well, there you go, my friends. If you are in a hurry, you know where to go. That's if you believe the results of this survey. As with all surveys, they are not always representative of what is going on everywhere. You could have a terrible franchisee in your area, and times could be far worse than this. Or you could have someone who runs a tight ship, and the total drive-thru time could be much faster. I'm curious, what do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.